Hey y'all, welcome to another Soul Food Sunday. Come on in and have a seat at the dinner table. I am cooking up a feast today and I'm also trying a new recipe. So let's take a look at what I'm cooking today. Make yourself at home while I get dinner started. At the end, Jordan will rate my dinner. What do y'all think? Do y'all think he's going to give it a 10 out of 10, 100 out of 10, or 1000 out of 10? You just never know with his rating system. So stick around and find out. First up is the red velvet cake, which is Jordan's favorite dessert. I always cook dessert first because let's be honest, if I save it until the end, it more than likely won't get cooked. Same when I'm cooking for holidays. I cook dessert first and then I focus on the main dishes. Whenever I cook from a cake mix box, I always use 4 room temperature eggs, 1 cup of milk, and I substitute oil for butter and then double that amount. Following that recipe will get you a cake that tastes homemade. So now I'm just going to shake the air bubbles out before placing it in the oven. Since I've learned how to make homemade frosting, I refuse to buy it in a jar, y'all. The homemade version is more soft and airy versus the solid, less whipped store-bought version. And plus, I save extra money by doing it myself. This one batch is enough for 2 cakes. So what I don't use today, I will put away for the next cake. The first thing I'm going to do is wash this chicken with lime juice and limes. This removes all of that slime and it helps to tenderize the meat. If you have ever bought chicken and it had a chemical-like aftertaste, the lime gets rid of that. I actually stopped buying chicken at Kroger and Albertsons for that reason. It always had that chemical-like aftertaste. I don't know what steroids taste like, but if I had to guess, that's probably what the aftertaste is. Y'all look at how clouded that water is. The lime is doing its job. You can best believe this chicken came to the right spa today. Her skin is getting exfoliated. So now I'm just rinsing off all of the lime juice. Now it's time to give this chicken some flavor. For the spices, I'm using 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 1/2 tablespoon of adobo seasoning, 1 tablespoon of Creole seasoning, 1/2 tablespoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of onion powder, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of black pepper. I'm going to drizzle a little olive oil onto the skin to make the spices stick. And then I'm going to mix all of my spices together. Okay, so mistake number 1 was I didn't rub the oil into the skin of the chicken, which means the spices are going to slide right off the part that I didn't get oil on. Once I realized my mistake, I rubbed the oil and spices together on the skin. Now, would this make a difference? Yes, indeed, because I could not get the spices to stick like I wanted it to. And the main reason was the oil. I did not put enough oil on this chicken and I did not rub it into the chicken. So don't do like I did. If you want your spice to stick to your chicken, rub oil all over that thing. You can see the parts that's missing spices, and that's also where the oil is missing too. But in the words of Bob Ross, it's a happy little mistake. Can it be corrected? Yes. So now I'm just rubbing all of my spices inside of the chicken. Now for this part, I was supposed to stuff the can with fresh rosemary and thyme. I don't have either of those. I mean, I do have some sprouting outside in the ground, but not enough to do what I needed to do. Did y'all peep the top of that chicken? It looks like it has bland-like tendencies, but trust and believe, I'm going to fix it. See, I fixed it. It doesn't look as bland as it did going into the oven. I'm adding a little butter, and then I'm going to pop this back into the oven for about 20 more minutes. Let's make some candied yams, y'all. I've made this a few times before, but each time tastes different than the last. I like to slice my sweet potatoes because that's how I was taught to do it. How do you all do yours? Do you dice them? Do you slice them? I'm curious to see other ways to cut these up. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Whenever I'm chopping anything with a knife, in the back of my mind, I'm always thinking, don't chop your finger off. I'm not sure what's been going on lately, but I've been cutting my fingers up. Not cooking, but just on random things like cardboard boxes and papers. Like, what is really going on? So now I'm just going to add my salt, cinnamon, nutmeg, sugars, vanilla extract, butter, and then I'm going to squeeze some orange juice into my sweet potatoes. I'm loosely following a recipe, but not really, because whenever I make candied yams, I add things to taste. I started with a half cup of granulated sugar and a half cup of brown sugar, but if that's not enough, I'll go back and add more. I also started with a teaspoon of cinnamon and a half teaspoon of nutmeg, but if that's not enough, I'll add more. The ginger and cloves both have strong flavors, so I only added a quarter teaspoon of each. And then I finished it off with a teaspoon of vanilla extract. Now I'm going to squeeze the juice from half of this orange into the candied yams. This just adds a little tang to it. Now my dad would be having all kinds of fits if he knew that I was squeezing orange or lemon juice into candied yams. He says that it ruins the taste, but I agree to disagree. Y'all, this recipe is pretty straightforward because I'm following the instructions on the box. The only difference is I'm using chicken stock instead of water because water just makes it plain and boring while chicken stock livens it up.
Like a moving tide. Yeah. I pack my things and start running, 'cause I can face it on my own.
Hello viewers, welcome to another episode of Jordan's Reviews. Today, what we have here is, my goodness, is that what I think I see? I think it is red velvet cake. I'm just going to excuse that for 1 second. My favorite! My absolute, I'm pretty sure I said this in previous videos, but I absolutely adore and love red velvet cake. So, I feel like today's my birthday. But okay, we're not putting that aside. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see, we cooked some sweet potatoes, green beans with steak, what is it?
Ham.
Ham, okay. Green beans with a side of ham, and then little biscuit here. I said biscuit, cornbread, yes. I'm getting my bread confused, okay. And then we have stuffing with a bit of, what do you call it, cranberry sauce? Mm-hmm. Absolutely delicious. And what I'm seeing here, some very delicious looking chicken.
Mm-hmm. Beer can chicken.
Beer can chicken. This is new to me. Well, I'm gonna tell you what. Don't mean I ain't gonna try it. No, I'm still gonna try it. And I am going to rate it. So we're gonna start off with Why not? We're gonna start off healthy today. That's of course going last. But healthy today. Again, I want to get a little bit of ham and green bean. I not a whole ham. I want ham and a green. Okay, this fork's not acting right. I reckon that's delicious right there. All right, on to the sweet potatoes. I just love these. No, there's nothing you can do to mess up sweet potatoes. I'm sorry. These are, I bet I'm going to put this, listen, I'm foretelling myself. I'm going to say it's delicious when I put it in my mouth.
It's delicious.
Yeah, it's delicious. Absolutely smacking. Yeah, that's straight hidden, bro. Now, what to do? Okay, we'll do the cranberry sauce with stuffing. I almost forgot what I was saying for a second. Okay, we're gonna get a small little piece because 9 times out of 10 this tends to be very chewy, and then we're gonna be stuck with an awkward standoff, you know. So we don't want well, we maybe 50-50 want those because it makes for a very hilarious moment. So without further ado, we're gonna stop yapping. Extraordinary. Okay. I'm gonna try a little. We'll just use our hands for this one. Did you try something new with the cornbread?
No.
No.
But it tastes different, doesn't it?
Yes.
It's possible.
It's like the texture or something. It's like, it's not bad. No, I'm saying it's good.
I added more milk.
That's what it was. I was gonna say, the texture is like perfect. I'm talking gourmet. Like I could go to a fancy restaurant, that's the texture I tasted from that. I was so confused. It also tasted splendorous. Now then, on to the beer can chicken. I just need to know what this tastes like. So we're gonna get a big chunk so I can actually fully sample this new recipe of yours. And a 1, and a 2, and ow. I heard Angel singing all right. Heavenly! I've tasted everything on the plate. Main course! Well, dessert, really. Not main course, but my favorite. I might take a big chunk, but I also don't want to overdo it, you know? So, we're going to take just a little bit off the top, you know, so get one last glance because that's going to be the last time you see that cake ever looking perfect like that because it's going to be soon from the plate to my belly. So let's get a small fraction there. Pick it up. It's stuck. The frosting, okay. Did you do something new with the red velvet?
No, that's the same. Well, did I? No, it's the same recipe. It's the same.
Okay, I mean, it still tastes, it not even taste, hang on. I saw myself jumping off my seat. There's no seat here, but yeah. Delicious, all of this is delicious. I gotta give it a straight 1,000 out of 10. I'm not going for 10 out of 10 for something so immaculate, delicious, and heavenly. And straight, I mean, you must have been reading. Is there a Bible around you? I'm convinced you had it up somewhere while you were cooking this food.
They all over the house.
Yeah, they're all over the house. That would explain it. So, all that being said, that's George's reviews. No complaints from me. Everything's good. Now, if y'all excuse me, I'm feeling kind of hungry, and I'm pretty I honestly just want to get into this red velvet cake and the food, so that's George's Reviews. Big Bag Attack. I'm out of here.
Y'all, that dinner was so good. That beer can, not beer can, but soda can chicken was so tender and juicy. It was chef's kiss. That's how good it was. And I didn't even have to worry about leftovers because they ate all of the food. It was all gone by the end of the day. And when I tell you that dinner was so inexpensive, the only thing I had to go out and buy was the whole chicken and the sweet potatoes. And that chicken was $6.90 for that big chicken. And the sweet potatoes were 77 cents per pound. And I got all of those potatoes for $1.75, y'all. And everything else I already had at the house. So I just raided my pantry and refrigerator. So yeah, that was an inexpensive soul food Sunday dinner. Now, what are y'all cooking today? Let me know down in the comment section. Someone asked if I could do ribs and baked beans, and it was some more sides, and I'm up for the challenge. I am definitely up for the challenge because I've only made ribs twice in my life, and it's been years ago since I've made ribs, so I'm up for the challenge. So maybe next Soul Food Sunday, I'm gonna do ribs and all the things that you would normally eat with ribs. So stay tuned for that because I'm going to attempt to make some ribs, y'all. Now this can go one or two ways. It could be a complete and total disaster, or it could be the best meal I've ever made in my life. So stick around and find out. I pray that you have an amazing day. And family, we will chit chat in the next one. Talk to you later. Bye.